Here is that Galaxy replacement that I got. This is a 9-inch vintage Galaxy fan. This is a later model. This is around the mid-'80s. This is a 1982-83. This is around the time that the blade design started transitioning and the time that they started using the spinner nut that helps screw the blade on. And this is around that time. This is a 1982-83. So it was produced in 82, it was sold in 83, so it would be considered a 1983 model. So we're going to pull it out and take a look at it. You'll see that the blade design is way different. And this is to replace the ones I had prior to this that had the press fit that wouldn't come off because it was stuck on the shaft. And I need to be able to oil these machines and make it easy on me because I'm not a person that deals with motors like that. So let's go ahead and pull this out and see what we're dealing with. It's going to be used over there by the computer. I hope there's nothing wrong with it, and I hope that it will work. And bearings are not dry. I hope it's in good condition. When I looked at it, it looked like to be in good condition. They said it was in absolutely perfect working condition. So we should see about that once I pull it out. What exactly are we dealing with? Let's see. There it is. There it is. It looked like it was in oscillation mode. In fact, it was. Huh, that's interesting. Usually in oscillation mode, you're able to adjust the head manually. Oh, here we go. Okay. Looks like they have some dust in here. This thing is dirty. So it definitely has some hours on it. Obviously, it was used and they didn't care to clean it up. That's fine. I can clean it up. But let me take it out here first and let y'all see it. Like the other one yesterday, the head kept going down, going down, going down. That's not the case with this one. So I'll take this up in the bed long enough to let y'all see it. It's definitely got some hours on it, that's for sure. That's to be expected because it was used. So, I mean, what do you expect? It's a used machine. It's not like it's brand new. This thing is vintage. But it's easy to get cleaned up. Here, let me put it over here so y'all can see the machine. Trying to get it zoomed in as close as I can without cutting it off. Okay, so there it is. And once again, I'm going to sit it over here on the table and we're going to run it and see how it runs. Now I'm going to get you guys set up over here like I always do. I'll give this thing a test drive and see how it operates. Now this video is not being edited. Okay, so this is not a professional video by any means. I always tell y'all that. So don't expect it to be a professional video because it's not. I think that's fine. So you got the darker amber blades. The lighting is not so good in here right now. Obviously, it's during the daytime. You got the sunlight coming in along with the studio light. So this is not a professional video. I'm just trying to close up some of the gaps. We'll get you running it in a few minutes. And I don't know if you guys are going to hear the wind stream. Hopefully you will. You should be able to hear the wind stream once I get this thing going. All right, so the moment we've all been waiting for, let's see this thing run. Okay. Yep, that's why it was humming. So just like the other one, we have the exact same issue as the other one. That's exactly how the other one came yesterday. And again, the seller failed to tell me that the bearings need oil. So now off camera, I'm going to have to wrestle with taking the clips off because this thing got clips. take the spinner cap off of it. Thank goodness I got that. Give it some 3-in-1 in the front bearing and see what we got. So I got to do that off camera. I'm not going to do that on camera. I'm going to do it off camera. And then I'm going to get you guys back. Okay, so I managed to get the cover off. So what I'm going to do now is try to give it some 3-in-1. I guess I'll do this on camera and let you guys see it, because then you guys are going to start whining about, well, how come you didn't let us see you service the fan? Okay, so I'll let you see me service the fan. It does come off, thank God. However, this machine needs to be cleaned up too, to be honest. So, I don't have, let's see. Trust that this comes off. Yep, it does. Perfect. I would have thought it was not enough to, I'll be able to take the back off. All right, let's get some 3-in-1. It's interesting. The same thing I had to do to that other one yesterday, I have to do to this one. The same thing I had to do to the other one yesterday, I have to do to this one. It's ridiculous. So here we go again, right? Okay. So just like I did yesterday, it needs oil. But before I do that, I got to clean the whole fan up because it's really dirty. Surprised they didn't do that, but whatever. We'll do it. Might as well. I got time. Lord willing. This is going to be a mediocre cleanup. It's not going to be washed out and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be good enough. That's all it's going to be. I don't know if y'all can see the blade. Let me clean the blade. Here we go. This thing was really heavily used. So much so that I'll do a better job on the blade next time. Unfortunately, I'm just trying to get it good enough. Because when you have all that dust on it, it won't move that much air. Not with all that dust on it. So this is just to get it good enough. This is not running it underwater and all that kind of mess. I'll do all that later. This is just a mediocre. What you call a mediocre, a basic cleaning, if you will. A basic cleaning, if you will. The blade has that transitional. My bad, I'm not even looking in the camera view, so if y'all don't see it, if it's like this and like this, my bad, okay? Because I'm not looking at it through the camera view, so you got to forgive me on that. I do apologize. I'm just trying to get this done quickly. I do have to go to work today, so it's not like I have a lot of time to spend on the fan. That all this should have been done in the very beginning for all that matter. But I guess the previous owner didn't care to do that before they turned it in. I don't know if y'all can see it. If you can't, my apologies to y'all. Hold it back. Wow, that's heavily bent. This is the back guard. I hope y'all can see it. Yep, you can. Still bent. Wow. Why y'all do that kind of stuff? I don't know why they always bend up the guard. That don't make no sense. Okay, so that's good enough. This is part of being a good steward and a manager over what God entrusted to you. The other folks that originally had this didn't take good care of it. Well, somebody got to take good care of it, so that'd be me. I do it for God first, and then for all of y'all and everybody else second. Because that's just how it is with me as a Christian. I do it for God first. All right, so there's that. That's good enough. Okay. Move this over. All right, the next thing to do now is to give it oil so we can get this. It's not really that dry. It was spinny, but it didn't want to get up to speed because I guess the front bearing was really dry. So I'm going to give it quite a bit of 3-in-1. It's like I had to do the other one yesterday. You saw what happened with that. I'm surprised this one didn't squeal. So I'm going to have to hold it back like this. I don't know if y'all can see it like that. I think y'all can. Yeah, you should be able to see it. Yeah, you can. All right. Should fit like this. As such. Okay, so while the oil is getting to the front bearing, we're going to put the guard back together. Could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, that's the way it goes. All right, let's see what we got before I put the guard back on there because I just given it quite a bit of. I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm not even in the viewfinder. Let's see what we got before I put the front guard back on it because I just given it quite a bit of oil. I just want to see if it's going to spin up. There we go. So it has that problem when it's oscillating that the motor speeds up and slows down. That seems to be a common problem. But maybe they'll do better once the oil really gets into it. There seemed to be some play in the bearings. I'll need y'all to let me know in the comment box when the motor speeds up and slow down in oscillation mode. When that happens, will that mess up the motor over time, or is that just a common thing? So let me know why that happens. There's nothing I can do. I don't deal with motors like that. But you can hear how it's starting to slow down. So I don't know if that has to do with the oscillation gear or I don't know. But y'all let me know. There's your camera cake for the there's your tripod cake for the video. Spin out time is really good now. I'm giving it all that zoom spout. My mind is somewhere else. All that 3-in-1, whatever. Like I said, this is not a professional video. It wouldn't be a video about the freak shows. There's your freak shows for the day. I guess you could be glad I put them in there to make the video somewhat interesting, even though I'm messing up. But, well, that's part of the freak shows. That's what a freak show is. That means problem. Anyway, so I'm giving it all that 3-in-1, so it's pretty good. So I don't know what to do about that. Why slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. I don't usually oscillate these over there by the computer anyway. So that's not too much of a problem for me. But there it is. That was the problem, just like the other one yesterday. It came to me with the bearings dry. I suppose I could probably give it a couple of drops of 3-in-1, the cap right here, the little mechanism that you pull up to stop it from oscillating and oscillate, and then the oil would just kind of get down to that. I know sometimes I did that one time to one of my modern day fans, and it actually worked because it was like that and it actually worked. But we'll see. Might as well give it all kind of oil, huh? Let's give it a couple of drops, see what happens. That's going to be it for the oil. I don't know if that's going to do anything to it. We'll see. I don't think so. Yeah, it seems like that's helping. It is kind of slowing down a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was before. So maybe that oil will help it to do better. Just let's see something. Maybe I'll give it just throw a couple of drops in there. After giving it all this oil, it should work pretty good. Let's see. Let's try it again. One more time, and then I'll put the cover on. All right, well, spin out time is greatly improved without putting all that oil in it. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about when the motor kind of slows down when it turns to its left and your right. And then, yeah, it's pretty good. Let's put this on here a little bit tighter. Not too tight, but I need to get it off. Like, for example, if I need to Oh boy. Now it seems I can't get the spinner cap off. Wow, what happened? I didn't put it on there that tight. Am I turning it the wrong way or? Yeah. Oh well. Let me get you guys back. Hold on. Okay, I got the spinner cap off. I was able to take it off. I was tightening it up way too tight, so I managed to unloosen it. All right, so let's go ahead and put the cover back on, and then we'll see what we got. All right, good enough. I'm gonna put the cover back on. Spin down time is decent. Wow, look at that spin down time. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Spin down time. All right, let's put the cover back on and let's see what we got. Then it's going to be time for me to get out of here because I got to go get ready for work. So let's try to put the cover back on here and see what we got. Seems like it's in decent balance. So to cut down on how many of these I'm going to put on here, because Lord knows I need to be able to get in here when I have to clean it. I'm probably only going to put I'm going to try to start off with 2 and see if that'll fix the problem. Let's hope the guard don't rattle. That should fix it. If the guard is made right, that should fix it. I don't think 4 or 5 or 6 of these are needed because that's a little bit excessive. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to put one right here. Looks like it's made right. So we'll put one. I thought that was in there, right? Oh, it is. Okay. Maybe not. Oh, that's where that's at. Okay. Okay, I tell you what. I'm not going to do this on camera because I don't want to see you guys. I don't want you guys to see me struggling with trying to put these stinking clips on. So I'll get you back. So the outcome is pretty good. I ran it off of the camera, and it does pretty good now. I got the cover on. It rattles a lot, not because of the cage or the blade, but I guess because the oscillation gear. So that's basically what happens, or that's what's happening. It's because of the oscillation gear. So I'll run it one more time, and I might have to end this so I can get out of here. We're going to run it in oscillation mode. For the sake of the video, so I can get out of here, we're going to put it on high. So it sounds like the thrust washers have thrust washers issues. There's play in the bearings somewhat. And then the oscillation gear has some issues with the motor slowing down when it turns over to its left, which is your right on the video. It don't seem to do it that much on high speed. It is kind of struggling a little bit to oscillate. Guess that's been a problem with these ever since ASCO was making them. Over time, it'll get like that. So you can hear the thrust washers acting up pretty bad. You can hear the play. You can hear the oscillation. But I typically don't oscillate these machines over there by the computer. I just let it run as a stationary fan. So here's the spin down for the last time. This video is getting very long. I'm going to have to go ahead and end it because I got to get out of here. Anyways, I'm glad I was able to do that. I was able to service it. I shouldn't have had to do that because they told me that it was in good and perfect running condition. The seller just lied through their teeth to me, but just like they did with the other one. Anyways, thanks for watching the Monty Pan Man's videos getting too long, and out.